Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee has resumed its hearing into anomalous pandemic deals involving Pharmally Pharmaceutical. To tell us more, we have Patricia Mangune joining us via Zoom from Quezon City. Pat, hello. What did senators look into today? What were the highlights?
Sean, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, Richard Gordon, or the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator Richard Gordon, revealed that former presidential economic advisor Michael Yang did not pay his taxes and violated his tourist visa by engaging in business since 1999. Meantime, Pharmally's taxes and their unsupported purchases were also uncovered in today's Senate hearing. Gordon grilled Yang today by investigating his activities when he first arrived in the Philippines around 1999. Yang said he only had a tourist visa back then and went back and forth to China while solely depending on donations or allowances from family. However, he admitted in the previous hearing that he began earning as an agent in 2005 doing trade through connections with friends. It was only around 2008 when he got his permanent visa. Gordon explained engaging in trade or business was prohibited as a tourist. They are now planning to investigate how Yang was granted a permanent visa. Meanwhile, Senate Minority Franklin Drilon asked BIR to produce the income tax returns of 45 suppliers contracted by the Budget Department's procurement service. Based on Drilon's data, the PSDBM has made a 39 billion peso purchase of medical supplies but withheld only 98 million pesos in taxes for 2019 and 75 million pesos in 2020. BIR consultant Mon Abrea also revealed that Pharmally only paid over 21 million pesos in taxes based on their 2020 income tax returns. However, the company claims that they paid 95 million pesos in taxes. There is also an unsupported 3.4 billion peso purchase cost in their declared 7.2 billion purchases in 2020. Sean, Senator Gordon also said that they plan to file charges against cabinet members who were barred by President Duterte from testifying at the Senate because they failed once again to attend the hearings. In fact, the committee has already cited in contempt former PSDBM head Christopher Lau for skipping the hearings. Sean?
Thank you so much for that update and stay safe out there in Quezon City. That was Patricia Mangune of News 5 joining us live. Thanks, Pat. One Civic leader is calling on the Comelec to immediately act on the COC cancellation petition against presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos. Petitioner Fides Lim told The Big Story that the poll body does not even need a petition to investigate the issue. Recall that Marcos was able to run for vice president in 2016 prior to the discovery of his conviction for tax evasion in 1995. Lim said the Comelec should have made the initiative to scrutinize candidates early on.
Yung original sin dito belongs to the Comelec, no? Noong una pa lang, no, when the Marcoses returned, no, and they immediately began running for election, dapat pinatigil na nila ito pero hindi nila ginawa.
Another presidential aspirant, Senator Manny Pacquiao, has stated his support to end contractualization if he is elected. Speaking at a forum today, Pacquiao said he will study the anti-endo bill. When asked about his foreign policy, the senator said the country should keep friendly ties with other nations, but not to the point of getting bullied. Pacquiao also said that he is in favor of a different approach to federalism.
Hindi pa maka-adapt yung bansa natin sa full implementation ng federalism. Kailangan hybrid lang muna para pagka maayos na lahat, I'm sure, uunlad ang bansa natin.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. At least 4 vaccine makers have applied for emergency use approval for their booster shots. For the details, Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Hi, Greg. Which brand submitted applications and when can we expect the results of these EUA amendments?
Hi, Sean. Good afternoon. According to Food and Drug Administration Director General Eric Domingo, they have received applications for the EUA revision for the use of COVID-19 vaccines of Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Sinovac, Janssen, Moderna, and Sputnik V. According to Domingo, they have tapped the DOST Vaccine Experts Panel to review all of these documents, and they expect to release or issue the results of this review in 1 to 2 weeks. Domingo also said it could be possible that there will be a revised EUA even prior to November 15 by when the government eyes to start the booster rollout here in the country. Sean?
Right, Greg, let's just clarify. Will this amendment allow vaccine makers to issue third doses? This is, of course, different from booster shots.
Yes, Sean, that is correct. The EUA amendment will also include the possibility of allowing a certain brand of vaccine to be used as a third dose, as it is also different from the use from being used as a booster. And once an EUA or once an amended EUA is released, it will be up to the Department of Health or the government on how and when are we going to use these vaccines as either booster or third dose for the healthcare workers, for the senior citizen, and the rest of the priority group or the rest of the population. Sean?
Right, so are there extra stipulations, Greg? Like, for example, once there is a green light to roll out booster shots, should people or are people compelled to get the same brand as they did in their first 2 doses? Or is mixing and matching allowed in certain, at least with certain brands?
Sean, we've also able to talk to Dr. Kongki Lim Quizon, member of the National Immunization Technical Advisory Group. And according to her, their recommendation at the moment is for the homologous vaccination strategy, which means the booster of an individual would be the same brand of the doses that he or she has received as his or her first or second dose. But from the interim recommendation of the Health Technology Assessment Council, they also have this recommendation of having homologous and heterologous or using other brands as booster or third dose for an individual. According to our experts, it will all end up to the Department of Health and to the availability of vaccines, if whether we can use other brands or we can just use the same brand as it is the only available supply that we have. Sean?
Right, so everyone's a little bit confused about this at the moment. Greg, will there be additional guidelines released or to be released in order to inform the public better on what they can expect with this booster shot or third shot rollout?
Yes, Sean, according to our experts and even the Department of Health has previously said that we still have to wait for the complete recommendation of the WHO Strategic Advisory Group of Experts for Immunization for us to know or for us to align our booster rollout to the recommendations of the WHO SAGE. And aside from that, the Department of Health is expected to issue a final protocol on how and when we can start the booster rollout and the use of third dose here in the Philippines. Sean?
All right, last question, Greg. Any idea when this will start? Is there a timeline?
Sean, for the booster rollout, we've heard Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr., or Vaccine SAR, mentioning the government is eyeing to start the booster rollout by November 15, and the protocols or the guidelines might be released by November 5 or tomorrow. But this will all depend to the availability of a vaccine, having an amended emergency use authorization. And as we've talked to if FDA Director General Eric Domingo, they are expecting to have results of their ongoing review in 1 to 2 weeks. Sean?
All right, looking forward to that. Thank you so much for all those updates. Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Stay safe, Greg. And the Health Department reports 1,700 new COVID-19 cases on Thursday. This is the second straight day of new cases coming in below 2,000. 37,100 of the 2.79 million total caseload are considered active. 22 duplicates have been removed from the total case count, 17 of which were recoveries. 239 people died of the virus in the last 24 hours, pushing the death toll to 43,800. According to the DOH, 214 cases previously tagged as recoveries have been reclassified as deaths after validation. Total recoveries are now at 2.71 million after almost 2,600 new survivors overnight. 6.6% of the 34,100 tests included in today's bulletin yielded positive results. Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. The country's unemployment rate rose to 8.9% in September, the highest so far this year. Agriculture and manufacturing were among the 5 sectors which posted the biggest jumps in unemployment for September. And for the third time, the Commission on Elections has declared a failure of bidding for several election suppliers. The poll body first announced the bidding last May, but has yet to receive any bids for the items, which include iButtons and adapters. The Comelec will be conducting another mandatory review for the 217 million peso bidding contract. The Oxford English Dictionary has chosen vax as the word of the year. Vax is a shortened word or shortened version of vaccination. The use of words related to vaccines increased this year as countries started their respective COVID-19 inoculation programs. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.